Alright, we are in. So let me move these around real quick. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's how the lanes are gonna be. And it looks like the level 1, we have the LoLdo faction moving as 5 once again. Sticking by the blue. Janna quickly getting a safety ward near the entrance right there and warding up the blue bush. In the meanwhile, Rem kind of staying by himself. Just chilling by the rates in case there's a counter invade on the red. And the Taylor Swift fan club purple team does get a deep ward into the LoLdo faction's red as well. So we'll see what they choose to do. Oh, looks like Taylor Swift once again going for the blue. This time though, the LoLdo faction wasting lots of wards just to make sure that they absolutely know where they are. This is a very, very similar moment to the beginning of the first game. But yeah, looks like this time though, Taylor Swift fan club is splitting up. They're not going in as a 5. Draven going to what looks like bot lane. And yeah, they look like they want to pull this blue. Yeah, and they have. And they're gonna go for it, it looks like. Yep. But the general could see it. He doesn't get the steal though. Shaco still manages to get it. Unfortunate. The general did not get the smite off. So, despite all that vision, still goes to... Oh, and it looks like Rem is already proxying the wave. Some mad disrespect right there at level 1. He hasn't been pinged out though, so I'm not even sure if the LoLdo faction plans to do anything about it. But that is pretty crazy. They're definitely not worried after that first game. That first game was quite decisive though. As we see Shaco having his presence felt, already has double buff. And immediately flashing by Soul Seizures. He knew that if he got caught by that Jack-in-the-Box, he was probably dead. But already, level 2 flash burned. Not a good look for Soul Seizures. Shaco will undoubtedly be back. And the general getting caught out in his own jungle, or not in his own jungle, I should say, just kind of scouting the entrance to his jungle. Luckily, the general was able to EQ out. Didn't have to use his flash right there, but Shaco's already level 3. General's still at level 2. Shaco is already doing Shaco things. But it looks like Rem has been caught out. That's why you don't proxy at level 2. Oh, the exhaust and the heal. Not going to be quite enough damage, but that will force Sato to recall. Luckily, Shaco had already left invading the double golems, so he won't be there to pick up a cheese kill. As all Soul Seizures is probably going to die. His flash is down. Yeah. 100% dead right there. And it looks like Sneaky has killed Rem once again, so... Already 2 kills at 4 minutes for Sneaky. He's gonna have to use that snowball to its fullest potential. Because the other lanes seem to be pretty well in hand for the purple team. Zilean already has a kill, and Draven and Blitz have forced multiple summoners now. Luckily, bot lane's still with their flashes, so in case Shaco decides to pay them a visit, they should be able to escape. And Zilean looks like he's gonna back. Yes, yes. Spend his hard-earned gold. As we see Rem returning to lane, only with a Mana Crystal, a Flask, and a Fairy Charm. Jace already with a Tear and a Doran's Blade. Hopefully he can use those 2 kills to his advantage and really punish Rem for that disrespectful proxy. And again, Rem just continuing to proxy. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna die. Yeah, that's another death. Ooh, good hook by Blitz. Sniper Worm may have to flash this. Yeah, he does flash. And speaking of disrespectful, Shaco looked like he was coming in for a deceive. But backing it off, saying we got the flash, it's good enough. Shaco once again paying Soul Seizures a visit. Gets a quick knife into the back as he heads on his way to do more Shaco things. Oh wow! Big blitz pull right there. I guess Sato wasn't expecting that to hit him. He could have easily have eat out of that if he had just did it earlier, but he was probably assuming that he had dodged it. And Sneaky Deeb's already 3-0 with a Vamp Scepter to go along with it now, so we'll see. We'll see if Shaco starts paying more visits to top. Rem's probably gonna need the help. And again, Rem's just trying to proxy, saying, I don't care how many times you kill me. Eventually, I'm just gonna get tanky naturally, and you won't be able to stop me. We'll see how true that is. Looks like Sneaky has chosen to ignore the proxy this time, and Rem is just proxying all the way past the inner turret. But Shaco, in the meanwhile, has stolen the blue. But the LoLdo faction is trying to collapse on them. Zyra is there. She is 6. So I assume Stranglethorns will be coming out soon. They're going to ignore Shaco. Are they really going to ignore Shaco with the Zillion ult? Oh my, the General might be dead. Yeah, the General does go down. And will the poison be enough? Yes, it will. So, in all of that... Oh my, Soul Seizures. You need to run. So in all of that, it was a 2-for-1, I believe. Yeah, Shaco did live. And the Zillion ult was just like, you know what? You could hit me and then I'll just kill you when I come back up. Or you could just leave me alive and I'll kill you anyway. It's just a really sticky situation right there. And Rem did get the shutdown gold on off of Jace too. So that trade very worth it, considering. As Zillion building himself a CS lead. Speaking of CS leads, Rem is still in the CS lead despite dying 4 times now. As we see Shaco once again catching the General in no man's land. The jungle is not safe for him anymore. Red buff is ticking. Yeah, that is a definite kill. And there's really nothing that Soul Seizures could have done, I think. He was just too far away to help him. All those slows from Shaco, just too much. As bottom turret goes down just like that. Bottom lane also very much ahead, up 70 CS to 48. And the LoLdo faction are just falling apart right now. Oh wow. Blitz just combos him just because. No way he was gonna get a kill there, but just because. And Blitz circling around again, but it does leave Draven unprotected. But the General is only level 4, so Cataclysm is not on the table right now. As Blitz just calmly walks by 3 people saying, we're so far ahead of you, I can just walk in front of you. I don't care. Beep boop, don't care. But another really cheeky recalling right in the General's face. As once again, Soul Seizures is getting harassed by Shaco, and boom. Oh, actually the red buff killed him, funny enough. As Shaco finally goes down after picking up all those kills. But Rem is there. Tried to pick up Jace right there, but didn't have enough damage yet. Poison wasn't quite enough. Jace needs to be careful though for the double bomb from Zilean. Janna shield is available, but could get a little tricky. Don't want to get too low. As we see Singed immediately going back to top, and just to pick up more CS. So yeah, despite blatantly feeding 3 kills to Jace, Rem has not really been slowed down all that much. He's still proxying, and he's still going around the map and applying pressure. Image is saying, Rem, you're doing it wrong. But yeah, just passing the 11-20 mark. The score is 5-5, but a 3k gold lead, about a little bit less than 3k gold lead for the purple team. They do have they have 1 tower down. No plays have been made for the dragon as of yet, but right now the LoLdo faction's very much on the back pedal right now. All their lanes are being pressured. And the general is about as far behind as I've seen him being behind in a long time. Has just the Madrids right now, level 1 boots. Hasn't hit level 6 yet at 12 minutes into the game. That is not good. And now we see that Rem has actually managed to out-level Jace. Well, actually Jace just hit 10, so they're even. And Shaco once again poking around for a counter jungle. And Draven sitting on a BF sword. Sato's still only on a long sword and Doran's blade. And Sneaky wants to chase down Rem, but he knows that Shaco's around there, so that's not a fight that he can win anymore. Yep. And now Rem has hit that point where he's just too tanky to insta-jib 1v1. So there's nothing that Jace can do about the proxy at this point. As Draven continues to free farm, now up 115 to 82. Sato does have a BF sword now, so they are more or less even. But Draven hasn't shopped yet, and he is sitting on about 1,000 gold, so he might come back with a Bloodthirster very soon. Looking at the other lane, Zilean up 110 to 76. And both players are sitting on a chalice, but Zilean does have a tier ticking, so that's going to be very good for him. Shaco up 4 kills to the general 0. Is sitting on an Avarice Blade as well, so he's gaining even more gold per second. He is just going to be so rich. General attempting to go in on Draven. Very nice flash to dodge the True Shot Barrage. Cataclysm gets put down, but the general is just too weak. And a nicely timed exhaust is going to ensure that purple team gets a clean 2-for-0 right there. Baited and, dare I say, outsmarted. So yeah, very well played by Onions. And a very timely exhaust by Slayers to secure that double kill. And this leaves Shaco and the Dragon to have some alone time right now. And he should be able to do this by himself. So that's going to be even more golden experience in the pocket of Taylor Swift fan club, who are looking to close out another series 2-0. There has not been a 2-1 series yet as of late. Maybe in the playoffs we'll start seeing some 2-1s, but right now this is looking like another 2-0. As Shaco barely finishes the dragon off and will take his leave. See what he picks up. And yeah, Sneaky, despite his kill lead, just had was not able to control top lane. Singe just got too tanky. And Singe has already taken the outer turret. As we see Singe teleporting in. Doesn't throw the goop down. Looks like Rem was thinking about just going for it. He does pop his ulti, but doesn't commit to the fling. And let's see, looks like the general, still no major items yet. We'll be taking that top farm. He does need it desperately. As we see Rems and Blitzcrank tag team invading the red. And oh my gosh, Sato is in so much trouble right now. And Rems is just trolling him. So much confidence right now. He is not worried. He could have flung him right there, but yeah, purple team knows that they got this, so they're just gonna let him go. Good guy, purple team. The difference in skill just clearly showing here. It's not very often that you see somebody feed 3 to 4 kills in the laning phase and still take the tower first and still be very much in the game. And yeah, Crud Monkey doesn't even pop his ulti right there. Actually, it wasn't available, so he couldn't have popped it even if he wanted to, but the general just doesn't have the damage to threaten him, so he will walk away from that. We see Sniper Worm with the Oracles now trying very hard to get his team back into the game, but this game is not looking very good right now. Singe is still split pushing. And it doesn't look like Jace has an answer to it. Can't blame him though. That's kind of how Singe gets. He just gets so tanky that he can just basically walk around and do whatever the heck he wants. Coupled with his ulti and the fact that Shaco could be anywhere at any time. It's very scary to try to fight him. And man, Shaco has just been living on the blue jungle side this entire game. Really taking advantage of what makes Shaco so annoying. Blitz hook attempt right there, no go on it. But purple team is grouping up. Random flash ulti by Blitz. And mid tower is definitely Dunskies.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
There is basically no threat to Singe right now. Sato can't really damage him, and Soul Seizures can't really hope to damage him either. As we see Shaco once again taking the blue. I'm not sure if Soul Seizures has had a blue this entire game. Approaching the close to the 19-minute mark. Oh, that was kind of glitchy. The score is 5-8 and 30k to 21.5. Solid advantage for Taylor Swift. At about 19 minutes into the game, a 9k gold lead is pretty big. As we see Onion's up level 13 to level 9 Ezreal. That is some dominance right there. He has just had all the free farm in the world. Speaking of free farm, Singe once again proxying. Has got surrounded though by 3 this time. We'll see if he can make a great escape. Very nice juke on the flag, but the Cataclysm covers the other route. But blue team just not up to the task. And they just kind of lick their wounds. Singed almost getting a kill out of that 3v1. So looking at the items, we have Let's see what those boots are that Rem has picked up. Oh, he's picked up the distortion boots for faster summoner cooldowns. He has his Rylai's now, so that poison will be applying a slow. And it looks like he has the makings of a... I wonder what he could be picking up with that chain vest. We'll see. Possibly a Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart, very good on Singed. And Shaco has his stun gun, that static shiv, as well as his Wriggles Lantern and Gotta Go Fast Boots. Speaking of Gotta Go Fast Boots, Zilean also has Moby Boots, plus a Spirit of the Spectral Wraith and a Unholy Grail. As we see a Baron attempt by Purple Team, and they decide better against it. Blitzcrank with a Ruby Sightstone. It looks like he has the makings of a Philostone, but he just never got around to finishing it. Sniper Worm, in the meanwhile, has finished his Philostone. And Blitzcrank up, of course, 2 assists to Sniper Worm's 0-0-0. As we see Blitzcrank getting caught out, Sneaky flashing for it, going hard in the paint. One more. Okay, the General securing the kill with the flag. At this point, any kill secured is a good kill. And Zilean forced to back off towards the Dragon Pit. And it looks like Shaco might be doing the Dragon again. Yes, he is. So that's the second Dragon going over to Taylor Swift Fan Club. Completely uncontested as Singed is now in the base. This is just hilarious. Total domination right now by the Purple Team. Singed is in their base, at their Nexus turrets, proxying multiple waves, and they probably can't even stop him at this point. He's, oh my gosh, he is proxying all 3 waves. And Sato not even trying to hit him, he's just laughing and letting Singed walk away. He does pop Ghost, but because of the Distortion Boots, that'll be up soon. Janna ulti to try to push him back, but Sato's not in any way, shape, or form available to catch up. Finally goes down in a 4v1 situation. Sneaky coming around from the back. He is quite fed, 6-2. Already has that Muramana on deck. That is warded, Mr. Onions, so you may rest in peace. And Sneaky trying his hardest to get kills. The General does go down. Shaco will go down as well, though. And Sneaky will pick up the extra gold from the clone. So yeah, I'm not sure why Sato didn't at least try to hit him. Certainly not helping his team out by just letting Singed walk out of the base for free. As we see, oh my gosh! Oh, and the ulti is gonna keep him alive. Is Soshi just dead? Oh no, he lives. And Sniper Worm's like, please, get that out of here. As we see Ezreal on the chase now. Definitely not interested in laughing now, but Zilean will zoom himself out of there. No problem. So, thanks to that chaotic engage, the score is now 10-9, but still a 10k gold advantage for Taylor Swift. Pretty sure that's not going to deter them much. As we see the LoLdo faction finally getting a blue of their own. Let's see what they can do with that. The General does have a Locket of the Iron Solari now, but not much of anything else. Let's take a look at the gold count right now. Despite being down so much score-wise, the gold is in the favor of Singed up in the top just because of all the globals and the fact that he's just been able to farm so freely. The jungle, 4.7 to 7.7, so 3k gold advantage. Very big right there. And another approximately 3k gold advantage for the mid, as well as for the bot lane. So yeah, there's your 10k gold advantage right there in a nutshell. And now things are going to get a little tricky for the LoLdo faction. They're going to have to choose their fights very carefully. because of how far behind they are. Jace is strong though, so if they can keep him alive and have him do what he needs to do, he could still potentially carry this game.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
But they completely forgot about Onions, and his last Whisper, Bloodthirster Rush, is doing a lot of damage to those objectives. So now an inhibitor is exposed. I've been seeing a lot of AD carries rushing that last Whisper now and just sitting on the Zeal. Certainly very popular in the LCS as well. As we see the General trying to force something, but the speed buff plus the overdrive, just too much movement. Can't catch. And looks like Onions has just bought himself another item. He actually opts for a Brutalizer, so he's going for Black Cleaver instead of finishing off the Phantom Dancer. Whatever, at this point he's so far ahead. I'm pretty sure he can build whatever he pleases. The LoLdo faction does manage to take their first turret of the game, as we see Rem trying to backdoor the inhibitor and not missing any time to proxy as much gold as he can. Takes the route through the base. Ignite gets burned, but I don't think that's gonna matter. Yeah, he dodges the snare and he is out. In fact, he's still hanging around. And this leaves Onions once again to take more objectives. Doing so much damage to those turrets. So now the LoLdo faction are naked, save for their inhibitor turrets, and they only have 2 left. At this point, the LoLdo faction is quite blind out there. They have no vision. To be fair, Taylor Swift doesn't have a whole lot of vision in the jungle as well, but I don't think they really care about that. They would be happy to just bump into somebody blind at this point, because it would probably mean a kill for them. As we see Singed knocking on the door once again. As we see the General getting hooked, but Blitz probably doesn't want to stick around for that. Is the General gonna... No, he does not have Flash. I actually was expecting him to Flash for that, but Flash was not available yet. But they did burn Blitz's Flash. However, because they are blind to everything else, Purple Team will help themselves to a free Baron. Just so much control over the map, even without vision. That's just a sign of how far ahead they are now. Up by now 34 to 47. That is a very staggering lead. Exhaust comes out, very nice fling by Rem. And the jukes. And it looks like Blitz has been caught. He has no Flash this time to save him, but the General will pay for that with his life. The Rylai slow plus the Blitz, not the Blitz bomb, I'm sorry, the Zillion bomb will finish him off. Rem actually taking the kill for himself thanks to the poison. And oh, Sneaky getting backstabbed by S. Shaco right there. And oh, and Zillion ult applied. Ezreal will comply and pop it, and Singe will bounce right back up. Okay, so again, despite the 11 kill tie, 7 towers to 1, 50k to 35. Not really sure what the LoLdo faction can do at this point. Skirmishing hasn't really been working. They haven't really tried a full 5-on-5 team fight, but I probably wouldn't like their chances in that either. Right now, Singed is just so tanky right now. He has already completed his Seraph's Embrace. And he has also finished his Rylai's Sunfire Cape. Has the workings of possibly a Banshees or either Spirit Visage. As we see Rem saying, hey man, back off my partner right there. Very nice juke on the Shock Blast. And this is gonna get really messy really quickly, I think. Rems is in the middle of 4 or 5 members of the LoLdo faction. Still very, very high health. Shaco picking up a nice double kill right there. And all the Janna Tornado cancels the teleport, unfortunately. But Rems isn't done. We got the speed ups. We got the goop. We got the toss. It's scumbag Shaco KSing Zillion right there as Sniper Worm says, "No, you will not kill me. You may kill my teammates, but you will not kill me." And it looks like we already had a surrender bolt for the blue team, but didn't go through, but it doesn't seem to matter. It looks as though the purple team will be taking this.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, both Nexus turrets are down. The Nexus is exposed. One last stand, perhaps, for the LoLdo faction. But, yeah. They can laugh all they want, but the fact of the matter is that Taylor Swift fan club has decisively put themselves in a position to 2-0 this game. I don't think there's a whole lot that the LoLdo faction can do at this point. And in fact, I'm pretty sure there's not even a whole lot that Taylor Swift fan club can do at this point to even throw this game. As we see ulti getting popped. Rems, you're surrounded!
Belong in a museum.
As Ezreal gets sent to the cleaners right there. And Rems lives again! Go figure. As Shaco getting knocked up like a trampoline, but one deceive, bam, to the back of the head. Janna going down, rest in peace. That is 3 dead for the LoLdo faction. Zillion popping his ulti, saying go ahead and kill me. General's like, no thank you.
Transformation complete.
But that does not change the fact that they have 3 inhibitors down. Well, soon to be 3 inhibitors down. Onions doesn't look like he's very interested in joining in the festivities, though. He's just doing his thing, taking the objectives. And, yeah. Those custom macros, the YOLO coming out. So many super creeps and regular creeps now in the LoLdo factions base. There's really nothing much to say at this point. As the Whirling Death cuts the general down to size. I said, okay, I'll take that one. And the LoLdo faction does clear the creep wave out, but it's only a matter of time for when Remstars and company decide to come back. Taking a look at the items, Singed has opted for the Hextech Revolver for even more sustain. And Onions has completed the Black Cleaver, now working towards his Bloodthirster most likely. Has actually sold his Zeal. Blitzcrank now with a Zhonya's Hourglass. And Zillion also with a Seraphs plus the Rod plus his Grail. He is very beefy. Doesn't do the most damage right now, but since they're so far ahead and there's not a whole lot of MR on the enemy team, that damage will more than suffice. Shaco with that Infinity Edge plus Last Whisper. He is 80 carry Shaco. He has officially hit that late game status. So just approaching the 34.5-minute mark, we see that Taylor Swift has indeed finally reached the LoLdo faction's Nexus once again. Super minions are pounding on it. Singed. Wow, he only took like half his life from that. That was actually kind of cool. And yeah. Sniper Worm trying for one last attempt at a flash ulti, but the Nexus will go down. And in a dominating fashion, Taylor Swift will take that 2-0 over the LoLdo faction. Well played.